Hi everyone, my name is Alvin and welcome to my YouTube channel. I believe you guys have already watched my previous video that I shared with all of you the process that I went through in order to count everything that I own as a normal person in this share house. And if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go and check it out, or I already put the link in the description below. In today's video, we're going to focus more on the result reveal, the experience, and also the lesson that I learned throughout this counting process. There is a lot of things to be counted, so in order to make it worth, I would definitely like to categorize them as well. I'm going to sort the things based upon what type of thing it is. Whether it's a personal care, paper or documents, kitchen utensils, camera gears, stationery, and miscellaneous. Throughout the process, I'm really having a lot of fun, especially when I count on those sentimental items and I'm having those memory flashbacks in my mind. That is really enjoyable moments that I had in this process. On the other hand, it also made me realize that I have been fall into the trap of consumerism. Why I would say so is because I realized that I have buying into a lot of items that is not necessarily needed, and I buy a lot of repeated items and just in case item. By just taking care of those items has really made me stress, because at my status or at this moment of myself, I don't feel those items have bringing some value to my life, but might as well I need to take care of them because I don't want to waste the money or I don't want to waste the item. So by keeping them and make sure that they have a place to be stay had really stressed me out. Before I move on to the result, I would also like to share with all of you some background of myself. I already moved out from my family for about 5 years now in order to pursue my study, and also I'm currently working as an engineer. And in these 5 years, I have already moved for 3 times, so this is my 3rd time. And every time I move, I need to go through a huge declutter. So in the bottom of my heart, I strongly believe that I shouldn't own a lot of things even though I'm just a normal person, because I already go through a lot of declutter process, right? But keep watching on this video, because when we go into the result, you will see that how I'm giving myself a big slap in the face. So let's move on to the result. First, the bedroom. So here is where I keep most of my small items, all those miscellaneous items. The total number of items that I had in this room was 204. As you can see, most of the items are small, except those big furniture such as the table and chair. Next is the living room. This is the most scarier part of this room because it contains all the just-in-case items where I keep in the storeroom. Most of the items are in a huge size compared to those in the bedroom. So the total number of items that I had in the living room was 363 items. Next, we move to the kitchen. So in the kitchen, I have all the consumable items such as the food and beverage, but I still count them as well and include those kitchen utensils. The total number of items that I had in this place was 160 items. Next, we move to the wardrobe. I don't know whether I should call it a wardrobe or a place just to keep my clothes. As you can see, it's basically a mess. So I count all the clothing that I had And the total number of items that I had in this place was 112. Last, we move to the front yard, which is basically where I park my car and I dry my clothes. So as you can see, it contains a huge number of repeated items such as those clips and also those clothes hanger. The total number of items that I had in this front yard was 213 items. So here is the summaries of all the items I had according to the place it is. I have most items in the living room, and the second place will go for the front yard. Third place will be my bedroom, and come to the kitchens. Last will be my wardrobe. By adding those numbers together, we can finally have the total number of items that I own as a normal person. So the total number of items that I own is 1052 items. That is a lot of items, guys. I don't even know how I'm going to look my parents in the eyes. It took me about 4 days just to count everything that I own. And in the very beginning of this activity, I was thinking that I shouldn't own more than 600 items. As you can see from the result, I'm actually giving myself a big slap in the face. Besides, I would also like to share with all of you the total number of items that I had according to their categories. First will be the consumable, which take about 5% in my total item. Second will be my camera gears, which is 5.2%, and come to the clothing, which is take about 12.6% of my total item. We come to the electronics, which is basically my iPad, my laptop, and also my phone. Paper documents, or the books, or the certificate that I had, and come to those two at 5.7%, which is basically those just in case items such as the hammer, screwdriver, and spanner. Then we have our personal care, 4.8%, organization at 1.9%, and some furniture, which is very little furniture, which take about 0.2%. Next is the accessory, which took about 22% of all the items that I own. It is basically those clips and also those clothes hanger. Come to travel, I only have 1% of things that I use for travel. And in kitchen, some kitchen utensil, about 10.1%. 4.9% for the stationery, and 1.4% for the bath, and others or miscellaneous take about 13.3%. And I do have on some sport equipments, about 2.1%. And last, which is the most minimal, the medicine that I had in this house took about 0.5%. So here is the breakdown that I had for all the things that I own as a normal person. And yeah, going through this process have really made me think a lot and getting to know myself more and more. I would like to decrease the item in future. Then in the next video, I maybe try to have those try that 30-day minimalist game that introduced by the minimalist guys. And I believe there's a lot of YouTubers have been go through that process. Mine as well. I would like to try it as well, because as you can see from the title of today's video, I'm really trying to be minimalist. I'm not going to be extreme, but I would like to practice to be a minimalist, because I would like to free myself. I like to live into a place that really less declutter, and also I have a peace of mind, and I able to move from place to place without thinking a lot of where to keep my things. It's been the next day actually. I'm just here to shoot the closing. So as usual, if you want to support this channel, definitely click on the like button. Will definitely help a lot with the algorithm. And do subscribe to this channel, because I don't know when is the next time my channel can reach you. And I would like to say a big thanks to those who subscribe to this channel, because with your support, it really motivates me to keep creating some content and it really helped in the growth of this YouTube channel. This is all for today. Hope you guys like this video and have a good day. Peace. Drink more water, guys. It's been summer for Malaysia. Every day is summer.
Falling on your feet, do you finally see what you're missing? You're just one lost soul here to break the mold. When
I apologize for the not so smooth, for the flow that not so smooth, but I'm trying my best in order to improve my increased speaking skills as well, and also to have like clear information to be delivered to all of you.